Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Azalia with student ID 2206059111. This time I will presenting the quiz on numerical methods. So for the first questions. For the first question is elaborate your understanding of conscious thinking using the E5 concept. So my answer is conscious thinking refers to the active aware of your thoughts and actively use your mind to solve problems, make decisions, or understand something. It's like focusing your attention and thinking carefully about things on purpose. In conscious thinking, we use two things, that our hardware and our software. And our hardware is like our heart and brain, and our software is like something that's helping us to do our tasks like Python, MATLAB, and etc. So to implementing the conscious thinking, we can use the E5 concept. The first one is intention. Intention is making a clear purpose, and the main purpose to do all things, including solving a problem in numerical method or other measure, is always for God or Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And the second one is initial thinking. Is the first step when you start your think about a problem. It's the early ideas that come to your mind, and as you begin to understand the issue before look into the details and find a solution. And the third one is idealization. It's simplifying a complicated issue by making assumptions. This helps you to focus on the most important parts and find solutions more easily. And the last one is instruction. It's a roadmap or set of steps that guide you through solving a problem. They tell you what to do and how to do it, making the process easier and more organized. So for the second question is consider a problem in engineering that is required to solve using numerical method using the E5 to solve this problem. So for answer that question, let's say we want to solve a problem of designing a more efficient heat exchanger for a chemical plant. So let's say we want to solve a problem with integrate numerical method into each step of solving the heat exchanger problem. For the first one is intention. For the intention, our intention remains the same to design a highly efficient heat exchangers. However, we can use numerical simulations to predict the performance of different design configurations before physical prototyping. This allows us to explore a wider range of design options and identify the most promising ones of further development. And our initial thinking is, instead of relying solely on intuition and brainstorming, we can use numerical simulations to evaluate the performance of various design ideas. Computational fluid dynamics, or CFD, simulations, for example, can model fluid flow and heat transfer within the exchangers, helping us assess the impact of different geometries, flow rates, and materials on performance metrics such as heat transfer efficiency and pressure drop. And for the idealizations, numerical simulations can also help us refine our idealized concept by providing insights into the theoretical limits of heat exchangers' performance. By conducting parametric studies and sensitivity analysis, we can identify critical design parameters and quantify their influence on performance. This allows us to set realistic design targets and prioritize optimization efforts effectively. And for the instructions, once we have selected a promising design concept based on numerical simulations, we can use computational tools to generate detailed design specification and instruction. Finite elements analysis, for instance, can help us optimize the structural integrity of the exchanger under different operating conditions. ensuring that it meets safety and reliability requirements. Additionally, numerical optimization algorithm can assist in fine-tuning design parameters to achieve the desired balance between performance, cost, and manufacturability. So by incorporating numerical method into each step of the problem-solving process, we can leverage the power of computer simulation to accelerate design iterations, reduce development costs, and ultimately deliver a more efficient heat exchanger solution. And for the question number 3 is if there is value added of the E5 used in your learning process, experiential learning, then explain it. So I will explain about my experience in learning, and I want to tell how to learn it by using the E5 method. So it's about learning occupational health, safety, and environmental using the E5. So for the first one is intention. Begin the setting a clear intention for why you want to learn about the occupational health, safety, and environmental practices, and understand the importance of these concepts in ensuring the well-being of individuals and environment within the workplace. And the second one is the initial thinking. Assess your current knowledge and understanding of occupational health, safety, and environmental issues, identifying any gaps or areas where you need improvement. This could involve reviewing existing policies, regulations, or best practices in your industry. And the third one is idealizations. Is visualize the ideal outcomes of implementing effective health, safety, and environmental practices in the workplace. Consider how these practices can benefit employees, the organizations, and the surrounding environment. This step helps to reinforce the significance of adhering to these principles. And the last one is the instructions. Seek out structured learning materials such as course, workshop, or educational resources that cover occupational health, safety, and environmental topics. Engage with these materials actively, taking notes, asking questions, and participating in discussions to deepen your understanding. So throughout this process, it's essential to remain proactive and committed to continuous learning and improvement in these areas. Additionally, apply the knowledge gained through instruction to real-world scenarios, actively incorporating health, safety, and environmental practices into daily work routines. So I will answer the last question by doing self-evaluation. So I feel that sometimes I've applied the E5 conscious thinking method while studying, although it's seldom. So far, I have implemented it mainly when working or studying on technical problems because solving those problems require a systematic method like the E5. However, what I still find difficult to apply is conscious thinking, as sometimes fatigue or drowsiness makes me lose focus and become less conscious. And another self-evaluations are recently I have been quite productive and have constantly completed the tasks assigned by Mr. Dai. However, I recognize that I often procrastinate and tend to work on tasks like very close to their deadlines. And I feel like my work is not maximum enough. Like if I can more effort for it, can be further improved. Sometimes I want to try my best, but it's hard to fight my laziness. I wish I can maximize the quality of my work and with better management and more focus on delivering my best effort. I feel myself need to do more exercise about implementing the E5 numeric method because all this time when I'm working on numerical numerical task that requires connecting numerical method with the E5. My works take a long time and the results are still not satisfied me enough. Therefore, I feel that I need to practice more often to maximize my performance on this task. And also, I want to talk about my daily activities while joining numerical method class by Mr. Dai. So far, I always present in the class. Maybe I was absent, but I think it was just once, if I'm not wrong. Sometimes I feel guilty if joining the class, but my intention is just for absent. So, when Mr. Dai told us to always make sure our intention is right, like we we go to class for studies, for get new knowledge, we have to conscious about our intention and to not being distracted. So when I realize it, I'm trying to always make sure that my intention is really for study and get new knowledge every single day. I'm trying to apply it not just in Mr. Day class, but also in another class, even though it's not easy. But at least I'm trying. I realize that we are only human, that we have so many faults, and but we never be late for always fix our fault and improve ourselves to be a better person. So with this self-evaluation, I realized that I need to improve myself to become more conscious and apply the E5 in my daily life to make it more systematic and organized. And the most important is I have to always remember Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala by praying 5 times a day on time, avoiding what Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has forbidden, and obeying His command. I should always pray and seek my parents' blessing that can ease me to always stay conscious and easy to study and do all my tasks. I think that's all my explanation about my self-evaluation and for all my answer about the quiz. I'm sorry if there is any mistakes in my videos. So thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.